Hi everyone, Holly Boydell here. I am just popping on live to get some practice. I have to go live for various things that I'm doing. And so hopefully I'm on my Facebook profile instead of inside my Ahead of the Pack group. And hopefully you can hear me and see me. So if you are here and you're listening, or if you're listening to the replay, could you please put in the comments #live or #replay? Thank you. I'm actually going to be doing this fairly regularly now because I'm getting ready to share something soon that I'm going to be offering to my community and my audience, and I'm building a community as well. So this is something that has always terrified me, but I'm really just diving in at the deep end now, and I'm not thinking about being scared. I'm just jumping in as you find me and doing what I am told by my mentors that I have to do. So I have a plan for today. This is my first Friday evening Facebook Live, and I will be sharing this video onto my YouTube and putting into my school community and my Facebook group. So if you're listening to the replay, let me know if you would like to join my Facebook group. It's called Ahead of the Pack. And if you would like to join me in school, that's where I'm collating and curating a number of things that are going to be there for my members and community to find. So the first step is Facebook, and then I will be transferring things to school because that works as a very good space. So between Facebook, school, and ClickFunnels, I have an amazing structure that I'm going to be using, and I will be able to bring you all sorts of things using the scaffolding of those environments and what the tech makes possible. And also, you might have noticed on my Facebook profile for several months now, there's been evidence of something called Offer Lab, and I'm also going to be sharing different things there in the coming months that are going to be available for you and also for anyone who'd like to help to spread the word. So that's the reason why I'm going to be going live more often, because I want to now start to bring the things that I've been hinting at. Those of you who've been watching my videos recently and my journey, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for your amazing support. If you've seen my very vulnerable videos, the one that's coming to mind right now is when I was attending Richmond Din's comeback boot camp. I think that's what it was called. Oh, that was being hosted in Australia, and I'm in the UK, so I started watching late at night, and suddenly Richmond told us to pick up our phones and go live, and he gave us something we had to talk about. In the process of doing that, now I could have actually just not done it, but I decided to just jump off the cliff and do it. And I don't know if you noticed, in fact, that video is on my YouTube channel now, because your Facebook Live videos don't stay there. Facebook gets rid of them after a while, so I've put it on my YouTube channel, but I think there might be a recording on my Facebook profile. Anyway, I don't know if anyone noticed, but my glasses filled with tears. And there were literally there was like a little swimming pool under each eye. It was, I don't know if anyone noticed that, but I'm sharing it with you. It was so weird to be speaking so vulnerably, and of course I didn't know that was going to happen. So I'm making myself do this, go live, because a number of my friends are also doing this, and I want to be a part of that and show that I'm in the team and I'm pulling with the team, but also we've been given an assignment, and so it's important to do this. I can't let my shyness and inhibitions and all of that get in the way, because I've got the very clear message now that there are people waiting for what I'm going to bring. And if I get in the way all the time, it's not going to happen. And we're heading towards the end of November now. We were meant to have been moving home around this time, and we're not. So I am doing a quick redirection, and I am now, while I can, focusing on this, because this is important too. So my subject, as I've done a little introduction as to why I'm here, but I will be doing this more often, as I said. And who knows, it might be regularly on a Friday. We'll see how we go. Or more often. But I brought a subject with me, and that is problems. Or another word for problems, perhaps, is obstacles. And it's funny because today I hadn't premeditated any of this, but the word problems started to appear at the beginning of my day. And I saw, when I was watching a reel by one of my friends who was describing his story, which is absolutely heart-wrenching. But it's not only heart-wrenching. His comeback story that's in process, but just to this point, is absolutely incredible. He, a year ago, was in a complete mess. And if you see him today, he's not free from all of that, but he's transformed his situation. And I wrote something under his post about, I think it was about failure. And I said, failure isn't fatal. It's opportunity. So when we have problems, I remember something that Jim Rohn said. I've just remembered it. I met Jim Rohn several times in the 1980s in the UK when he was over here giving talks, and anyway, so I met him several times. And one of the things I remember him drilling into us was, don't talk about them as problems. Think of them as challenges. And that's the thing. If you can adopt that mindset about a problem, yes, it's a problem, but if you can turn it into a challenge to overcome and then work towards it, do whatever you need to do. Wait for inspiration, take the actions that you need to take, etc. Very possibly you're going to transform that thing that was a problem. And it could turn out to be a triumph. And you know what? It could also turn out to be part of your purpose. It could turn out to be something that you discover the way through and then turn around and help others with. That's happened in my life. And it's happened in a number of my friends' lives who are now speakers and coaches and helping others teaching, guiding, listening, coaching, just being there for others who are stuck or just a little bit behind. And that's one of the beauties of having a problem. You can see it as a gift. You can see it as a challenge, an opportunity. And so that brings me to another thing I wanted to mention. I came prepared to this Facebook Live with a book by Ryan Holiday. It's called The Obstacle is the Way. And it's Marcus Aurelius who actually originally said, the obstacle is the way. I remember watching an interview some months ago where Russell Brunson was interviewing Ryan Holiday. And they were talking about this book. And the reason I thought of this book is because I was exchanging messages with a friend in a community in school, and we were talking about obstacles and challenges and so on. And then we got onto the subject of this book, and he mentioned to me that this author, Ryan, has written many, many books, and he wondered how he does that. And I thought, right, okay, I need to just get onto Facebook Live and chat. I don't have the answer to how Ryan Holiday writes so many books, but he does. And if someone would like to ask him, Russell, if you're listening, maybe you know. But the thing is, he pushes through anything that might be difficult to produce these books that we can now enjoy. I've just seen some people are on live with me now. So if you're watching live, please put #live in the comments. I'd love to see your presence in the comments. And if you're watching the replay, #replay, that'll be great. I'm just at the moment talking about this book, The Obstacle is the Way, with Ryan Holiday, because it relates to the subject that I'm on here to talk about, which is problems or challenges, opportunities, obstacles. I find these very, very useful when we can take something that would otherwise cripple us with fear, insecurity, all sorts of thoughts of lack, inability. If we stand and look straight at that thing, that obstacle, and walk towards it, we will be given what we need as we take the steps to go through. And we push through and we take territory. And that reminds me of another thing. Even before I saw my friend's reel this morning, I suddenly thought, in the comments, there is someone's asking me the name of the book, please. It's The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. And it's based on a quote by Marcus Aurelius, the obstacle is the way. But what I was about to share was that this morning I just got up and I was doing something, like having my bee pollen or something, and I suddenly heard a song, The Eye of the Tiger, which is a song from years and years ago by a group called Survivor. If you don't know it, look it up. Well, if there's something in our way that's frightening us, that's the thing. That's the thing to go and do. Like I told you at the beginning of this, I just grabbed the phone when Richmond Din said during the comeback boot camp, get your phone and speak whatever it was he gave us direction to speak. I just did it. And you know, the amazing thing is that that obstacle meant, because I just did it, I cracked through a barrier of fear. It wasn't the only thing that helped me to be able to come on live right now and speak without nerves. but it was one of the things. And it was a dramatic breakthrough because I didn't allow all my thoughts of fear to stop me. I just moved towards it and I just did the thing. Do you have experience of that? Do you know what I mean? Pop in the comments if this makes sense to you. Just say yes or share with me why it does. Whatever it is that's frightening you, acknowledge that. That's fine. It's such a pleasure to be sharing with you, and thank you for writing in the comments, Francis. Whatever it is, it's okay to be afraid. But you know, if we stay there, we allow that fear to control us. And you know what's happening when that is going on? We're being robbed. Fear is robbing us of life. So see that and walk towards it. Walk into the storm and keep going towards it. And then overcome it simply by going towards it. You'll be given the steps. You'll be shown the way. This isn't all about Ryan Holiday's book, The Obstacle is the Way. I will drop a link after I've been on air to the interview that Russell Brunson did with Ryan Holiday. But this book is all about going through, pushing through the obstacle. But this is the other thing. Sometimes it's that obstacle, or there might be several obstacles, but the obstacle that you might have to keep working on. It might be weeks, days, weeks, months, but it could be years. It could be an entire season. But that thing, or that series of things that fall under an umbrella of sorts, that could be the very thing that life is training you for, to help others with. And you know, it might actually be a really, really key purpose. So whatever you're going through, I just want to say, whatever the chaos is, whatever the thing that is causing you heartache, pain, to have a crushed spirit, to be angry, to be down, to be irritable, to feel as though nothing's going right for you, to feel as though no one loves you or you're not good enough. Whatever that is, just know that it's not forever, and it's not true unless you make it true. You can dwell on it, you can focus on it, you can focus on the problem, or you can do what I said earlier, what Jim Rohn said to me and a room full of people I was with years ago in London. Jim Rohn said, take that problem, flip it into a challenge and go meet the challenge. I can only speak like this because it's what I've done. It's what I do. And I'm so grateful that when I was in my 20s, Jim Rohn taught me that. But I'm also grateful that when I was growing up in Africa, I had many opportunities, without realizing it, of course, to practice that. So, whatever you're going through, I really feel for you, and I want you to know that you are enough, that you are loved, and that you can do this. You've got to just keep taking one step at a time, and you've got to walk towards that thing that's frightening you. Because as you walk towards it and do what you need to do to help you to do that, get the support. Whatever support you need, go towards the fear, because you're going to feel amazing on the other side. I can only say that because it's what I've experienced. Doesn't mean you feel amazing while you're going through it. But you get to a place where you just think, oh, I did it. I did it. And it can be years of pain. But you get to the other side and you've cracked through the barrier and you found peace and you found calm and you found solutions. You can turn around and you can help someone else. So that's my message. I went to get this book from our bookcase and I opened it. And you will not believe this, but it opened on page 61, a new chapter called Prepare to Act. And it starts with a quote by Shakespeare, then imitate the action of the tiger. Stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood. If you've listened to this whole message, do you remember I mentioned that this morning I suddenly heard that song? Well, it's nearly 7:30 in the evening, and I went to pick up this book half an hour ago, and there's a mention of the tiger. And the first word in this chapter is problems. And Ryan Holiday says, problems are rarely as bad as we think, or rather, they are precisely as bad as we think. So, that's for another message where I will speak with you about how we think. But for now, I think I've been on air for long enough, and that was my Friday live with you. I'm Holly Boydell, and I am so looking forward to sharing more with you very soon. Take care of everybody, and we'll chat again soon. Bye for now.